Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melinda and this is the Happy Place Garden. And today I wanted to talk to you about the problems we are having in the Pacific Northwest. Viburnum beetle attacks Snowball Viburnum especially. It might attack other viburnum. I haven't seen that yet. I do have some other varieties on our property. But from so many of my friends with Snowball Viburnum, what we've seen the last several years is that in the springtime, they will come in and they will decimate the tree. So it will have all its leaves and the blooms, and then practically overnight, you end up with these lacy patterns in the leaves, and to the point where there's like no foliage left. They just really look sad, and it's really difficult to manage. And a lot of people, what they've done instead of trying to treat it, is they just remove their Snowball Viburnum, which I did that as well. We have one, or had one, at the front of our property that was very big, and I try to be as organic as possible and try not to spray so much. And that one, it was challenging to mow around anyway. It was really decimated from the larvae damage, and I thought, you know what, I've got my arborist out here, I'm just going to have them remove it anyway, so I don't have to keep spraying that one. This one, however, was a gift from my mom when we bought our house. Well, I guess my mom and dad, when we bought our house. So it's been here about 13 years, and it's special to me, and I didn't want to lose it. I really love this little corner garden spot, and so I decided to go ahead and spray this one because it is a smaller size. And so I wanted to tell you today, like, what I've done the last year. I think last year was the first year that I treated it, and I sprayed it solution of this Bio Advanced by Bayer, I do believe, a 3-in-1 insect disease and mite control. And I just followed the directions for mixing on the back and put it in a pump sprayer, and sprayed it early in the spring. So I'm going to do that today. And I sprayed it before it started leafing out, so it's got a little bit of the little buds on it. So spray it, and then once the leaves completely come out, then I sprayed it again.
The Viburnum leaf beetle overwinters as eggs, and then from the egg to developing to adults takes about 8 weeks. The larvae typically appear in mid-May and feed for several weeks, and then from mid-June, the larvae pupate in the soil and emerge as adults by late June or early July.
Oh, it worked really well for me last year. I didn't see very much damage, and I only sprayed it, I think, the 2 times. And towards the end of the season, I think I saw a couple little larvae, which I squished with my fingers, and it really did well. So I'm hoping for the same result this year. It's really prevalent though in our area, so there's definitely lots of beetles around. So I'll have to be cautious of that. So if you're having the same issue with your Snowball Viburnum, you might want to give this a try and see if you can save your trees so that they're not decimated. The beetle doesn't kill the tree, they just eat all the leaves, and so they just look horrible. And over time, if they don't have enough of those leaves to make that photosynthesis for the energy, I would assume that it would hurt the tree or shrub over time, and maybe make it more prone to other diseases, or just be not as viable or vital. So something to consider. This is what worked for me last year, so I wanted to share it with you in case you're struggling with the same issue. So I'll take you in and show you what I'm doing.
Make sure to spray the entire shrub, including the trunks and any little crevices where the eggs will live.
So here you can see the new buds just starting to emerge right here. Lots of new green growth.
The Viburnum leaf beetle larvae are up to about 1/3 of an inch long and range in color from yellowish green to light brown. They have a series of black dots and dashes on their bodies. I've only ever seen the larvae. I haven't been able to detect the adult beetle, which is about 1/4 of an inch long and yellowish brown in color. But obviously they're out there. I just haven't seen them. This is an area, looks like there's some damage in the bark, which would be prime area for those eggs to be. This is also an area where there could be eggs. The whole branch here is damaged and ripe for eggs. So I'm going to cut this whole branch off at the base.
I'm going to do a little pruning. There's a little bit of dead wood that I can see. You want to remove any of the damaged wood. I did some pruning on it earlier in the season as well. But I'm going to do a little more now that it's leafing out. And I'm seeing some of that damage in the wood and bark where those eggs might be. So I'm cutting them off and putting them in a box to burn. So we're not going to spread anything. I could probably prune on this for an hour or so, honestly. It's a very prolific grower. But like with this one, you can see those little canker things, or the areas where those eggs are most likely were laid and are coming out. So if I'm seeing any of that, I'm going to prune it off, and hopefully those eggs haven't hatched yet. And I'm going to, like I said, put it in a cardboard box, stick it on our burn pile, and get rid of those buggers. Thanks so much for tuning in today and joining me in the Happy Place Garden. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content, click that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you know when I put up a new video. So thanks so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.